This is the Sports Timeout Podcast with Jordan Atkins, Dr. DePoe, and your host, Wes.
Hello everyone, and it's that time again. Welcome to the Sports Timeout Podcast, brought to you by Blondie's Woodfire Wheelhouse Food Truck. If you're looking for a caterer for your next big event, or just want to grab some pizza, find them on Facebook. Just search for Blondie's Woodfire Wheelhouse. I believe they're going to be out at the Bluegrass Festival this weekend in Carl Junction, so go look for them over there. And Wes Underwood this week flying solo yet again. And well, let's go ahead and get started. Today we begin in the MLB as we continue with Salvy Watch. Last week we talked about how he should be yet again in the MVP race and looks to be gypped out of that. But what did he do this week? Well, he went ahead and ousted Johnny Bench, who congratulated him on his 46th home run to beat his record of 45 in the season. So, amongst catchers all time, Salvy is now the leaders for home runs in the season. Yeah, eat that, Yadier Molina. You're great, but Salvy just got greater in my opinion. Salvy just got greater in my opinion. Both great guys. Awesome to have them both in Missouri. Much respect to Yadier Molina. But Salvador Perez is now the man that holds that title. And I believe Salvy is the best in Missouri when healthy. When healthy. But more to come from this story. And Salvador Perez, hit that ball and the fan didn't want to give it to him. And we got a tidbit from our friends Cody and Gold, and this was on their show up in Kansas City this week, and well, here's what Whit Merrifield had to say about that fan.
It was a lot of guys were quite upset in the locker room afterwards when we heard what was going on. So, our guys went out there and tried to talk to the guy. Apparently the guy was abrasive and swearing at our guys and just telling them, like, we know what this ball's worth. We know how much Salvy's contract is, and we want this, this, and this. And our guy was like, look, if we don't sticker the ball, it is worth nothing to anybody. And the guy said, well, I took a picture of you guys with me, so that verifies the ball and all this stuff. And he goes, no, you still need a sticker, bud. And the guy just wouldn't do it. And so finally he said, all right. And just one of those guys that likes to be difficult and for no reason. They were offering all sorts of stuff. Signed jerseys, signed bats, signed balls, signed cleats, signed gloves. Throwing everything at him. He was being a word that I would like to say, but I'm not going to on the radio. And we actually tried to run out there. I know where he was sitting, and tried to run out there in between doubleheaders and find him, and he had left. So I was
wow. We
were all seeing red in there that guy wouldn't give up that ball.
Duly right. I mean, seeing red as the team. And, Cleveland fans, you know where we're coming from. We don't have much to celebrate in Kansas City either. And a ball like that, with the significance it has, should have the right to go to Cooperstown, where Salvador Perez's jersey went from that game, and his face mask went from that game. I'm with the players here. As a fan, I think it's ridiculous that the guy wouldn't give it up. He could have got a signed bat. He could have got an autographed baseball from that game. But you know what? Cooperstown is missing out. Maybe they can get him to give it up or something, I don't know. But enough said here. Salvador Perez needs to be in the MVP race. I don't know why he's not there yet. I don't know why. Record-breaking year for him alone and in the MLB in general. Record-breaking year. It's not Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Yeah, he's great. It's not Shohei Ohtani, the guy who's fallen apart at season's end yet again, as Salvy continues to get stronger. Yeah, I'm a little angry here. with the situation of the ball and the fact that he's not nominated for the MVP right now. You know, I'm at a loss for words here. Moving on in the MLB, we now head to the Padres and talk the Tatis drama. And wow, looking at that video and everything that you see there, I mean, come on. Tatis and Machado going at it. You guys are teammates. You're adults. I don't know what it was about. I don't know what it was over in the game. But, you know, you could see Machado shouting curse words at Tatis during the face-to-face confrontation. And, I mean, yeah, you're in the heat of the moment. But, I mean, come on. Tatis struck out looking and then argued the call by the umpire. And, well, the manager of the Padres, Jace Tingler, was ejected when he came out to argue on Tatis's behalf. And, well, Machado could be heard saying, it's not about you as a teammate. And a Padres coach ushered Tatis away from the angry third baseman. Before Tuesday night's game against the San Francisco Giants, Machado called Tatis his little brother and added that we're always going to be together no matter what. We have got a lot of years here together moving forward. So it looks like they're going to put the past behind them. They got the next 13 days to get things together. We'll see. And moving on in the MLB, we're going to go ahead and talk the playoff picture. 10-game winning streak for the Cardinals, and, the AL wildcard race remains tight as you see the Tampa Bay Rays have a 6-game lead over the Boston Red Sox with 2 weeks to go here. So, you know, a lot of math to be done. There's a magic number for the Rays to continue to keep that spot and the lead over the Red Sox. But as of right now, if the playoffs started today, in the AL wildcard game, you'd have the Red Sox versus the Blue Jays. That could be fun to watch. Vladimir Guerrero and the Red Sox team, I mean, that could be really, really fun to watch. Then, over in the NL wildcard game, you'll have the Dodgers and the Cardinals. That could be fun, too. Like, these teams are not that far out of first place in their divisions, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the MLB, but these games are going to be fun. Dodgers-Cardinals could prove to be a very fun game if that's what it ends up being. Red Sox-Blue Jays, that could definitely be fun as well. So keep your eyes on those. And then in the division series, it would be the Rays versus the wild card winner, Astros versus the White Sox. In the NL division series, it would be the Giants versus the wild card winner, and the Braves versus the Brewers. Lots of fun baseball to come up as of right now. It could be really, really exciting come October. I mean, for baseball fans, it usually is, but this could be fun to watch. I mean, the Giants are back again. The Braves are back in it. The Brewers are there. The White Sox, the Astros. You know, the Astros, after all they've been through, congrats on getting back in there. And then you got the Rays, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, the Dodgers, and the Cardinals all making a ruckus. It's going to be a fun month of October, that's for sure. Next, we'll go ahead and head over to the NFL. And takeaways from Week 2, the Chiefs lose. Jackson Mahomes dumps water on fans. Patrick Mahomes, his brother, quarterback of the Chiefs, wasn't too happy with him. And then Jackson goes and says what was said to deserve that was not on video. Well, if Brittany says that too, and Jackson's saying it, I kind of believe him. The guy deserved to have water, and then unfortunately, again, it's social media, so you get to see what fans want you to see. So, I don't know what led up to that. We'll probably hear more about it maybe later. I don't know. They're probably going to stop talking about it, but let's talk about Gronkowski. He's back for sure. Dude's looking phenomenal with Tom Brady. Tom Brady says he's looking like he's back to Patriots form. I really like Rob Gronkowski, and I do believe he's back. And then, the Finns go down. And then, next up I'm going to talk about Tua. He goes down. The Finns go down and lose big. I believe they should be worried. They don't really have anybody in there who can lead that team. They got rid of Fitzpatrick, and now he's hurt with Washington football team. So, you know what? I don't know. Do the Fins continue to win? Do they go out in free agency and grab somebody? I don't know. I really don't know. Colin Kaepernick's out there. It's intriguing. There could probably be a lot of press being over that soon. We'll see. But, again, yes, they should be worried. And then, moving on here, Denver and Oakland. They look good in the West. They look good in the AFC West. I do believe that the Chiefs have their work cut out for them this season. But overall, I think the Chiefs will end up winning the West again. But there's going to be a lot of competition. Von Miller's looking great for the Broncos. The Chargers, they show some potential. Oakland, they're looking solid on defense and really playing pretty well on offense right now. Carr stays healthy. Oakland's top 2 in the division, maybe even number 1. As much as that pains me to say, I think it could happen. And then we go over to the NFC. The NFC West is good too right now. 3-way tie in the NFC West as San Francisco, the LA Rams, and the Cards look good. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be fun come playoff times. We got a lot of football to be played, and we have an extra week this year, so we'll see how that goes. Other news around the NFL, Antonio Brown is on the COVID list. The question here is, do you think he'll be okay after this? I don't know. We saw what happened to Cam Newton. Cam Newton was on fire, and then he took that week to 2 weeks off, and then he just lost it. He didn't look good after that. He looked really out of it, dazed and confused, fell behind in the play calling, it seemed like. I don't know. Does AB do that? I mean, he just got back into football shape. He went to a Super Bowl with Tom Brady, and now he's trying to repeat that. I don't know. Antonio Brown's got a lot going on off the field. That's for sure. There's no doubt. He's got a lot going on in his head, too, so I don't know. We'll see. Give me a couple weeks to reevaluate this after he comes off the COVID list, and I'll let you know my opinion here. We move on to college football, and the big talk here this week is the College Football Playoff Board. They do not want to vote next week on the proposed 12-team format for the College Football Playoff, and, well, they're going to continue to further delay this and other major changes that would occur in the 4-team field. So, the board was originally scheduled to meet with the 10 FBS commissioners, and Notre Dame Athletic Director Jack Swarbrick on September 28th in the Rosemont, Illinois, said that the flights were booked, but after some of the commissioners raised numerous issues on a call last week, again in a meeting in Dallas on Wednesday, they opted to continue working before making any recommendation to the presidents for their approval. And you know what? I think the college football playoff needs to be changed. I would like to see it go to a 12-team format. Give more teams chances to get in there and fight their way in. Shorten the NCAA season a little bit, or start it a little bit earlier. That wouldn't hurt either. I'm sure fans would love to see a longer college football season. I do. I really do. Just like fans were kind of okay with an extra football game for the NFL season. Does it really mean much? No. 2-3 games, maybe. But 12-team format for the college football playoff, I love it. I would love to see it. I would love more than 4 teams to be in there. 8 extra teams would make it way better, in my opinion. Kind of like the field of 64 in the NCAA basketball tournament. I feel like 12, maybe up to 16 would be pretty equivalent to that for football, just based on how everything goes, and play every couple days and maybe every 3 days. Have some time in between to practice for these teams, and you know what? Sometimes they could even go up against a rival of their own, so you never know. You never know. It'd be fun to see, though. 12-team format, I'm very much on board for, so I hope it gets passed. I really do. And then lastly, we're going to talk fights going on. The last couple weeks, we've been talking fights and whatnot on here, and so I got this one for our fighter fans, and, well, Tony too, but he ended up having to have something happen this week, so hopefully everything continues to go well for Tony. And yeah, so here it is. And I don't know if y'all saw, but the scuffle between Alvarez and Plant, man, it was fun to watch. I mean, that right there got my blood pumping to see the fight coming up. And if you all aren't ready for it, I really, really, really do think that you should watch this. I mean, it's hilarious. Plant gets shoved, talks some big talk, and then he comes back and starts throwing some punches. All the guards jump in, a couple ladies jump in, some dudes out of the crowd jump in. It's kind of funny to watch. I really hope the fight lives up to the potential of this fight that happened on stage. It's been a while since I've seen one like this, but it was pretty entertaining. So hopefully you're all ready for this fight. That'd be pretty awesome. It'd be pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. That being said, we will now head into the 2-minute warning. Brought to you by 4th Street Bowl in Joplin. Go see Will and his crew and check out the upgrades that they've done to 4th Street Bowl. Alright, we will now talk Friday Night Lights yet again and talk local matchups. And first we have 4-0 Joplin, who will be playing host to 0-4 Willard. I like Joplin at home here. Always right. Gets 5 touchdowns tonight. 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. They improved to 5-0. Next up will be 2-2 Webb City heading to 2-2 Carl Junction. Both teams coming off their second loss of the year, and pretty big ones at that. Webb made it interesting towards the end at Carthage last week, and Carl pretty stagnant over in Joplin last week as well. So I like Webb City tonight. I really do. I called them last week too. I got surprised just like everybody else, but I think Roderick gets them back on track and they move to 3-2. 4-0 Carthage will be heading to 2-2 Branson. Can Carthage improve to 5-0, or will Branson pull off the improbable? Branson is 2-0 at home. Carthage is 2-0 on the road. Branson pulled off a good one against Ozark in week 2. I'm really hoping Branson for the upset here just to make some more drama in the COC, but I'm kind of leaning towards Carthage here. I kind of am. Then you'll have 0-4 Neosho. They will play host to 3-1 Nixa. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m., this game got moved from Friday night to Saturday night due to lack of officials in Missouri. But, you know what? Is this the week for Neosho? We'll see. I actually have Neosho by 3 over Nixa here in a surprise upset. They kept up last week until some mistakes were made. If they hold strong this week, I see the win here. I see a win here. And then lastly, 3-1 Seneca will play host to 3-1 Mack County. This could be a fun game to watch. I see Seneca pulling out the W here at home, though. I really do. We will finish out with the local sports update brought to you by Jefferson's. Come join Billy and his crew for happy hour from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. With football out of the way, next up we have some softball. Webb City will head to Carl Junction next Monday, and on Thursday will travel to Nixa. Joplin will take on Aurora next Monday and Carl Junction on Tuesday. And then Seneca will take on Carl Junction on Monday, followed by Mack County on Tuesday next week. We now head to local college sports as Missouri Southern football will face off against Fort Hays State this Saturday, and it will be homecoming at Fred G. Hughes Stadium. And, well, if you're looking for something fun to do, head on over there at 7 p.m. against Emporia State tomorrow night as well at Carney Smith Stadium. So if you're looking for something else to do, go on over there and watch that. And, well, I can hear the music going. And thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Sportsy. And of course, all of these games are pending to weather and the shin. And for myself, have a great and safe weekend. Enjoy lots of football and sporting activities as fall weather is kicked in. I know I will be. Take care.